So we all know that classic Pokemon Red and Blue introduction where they have the Gengar fighting the Nidorino or Jigglypuff, right? Well, what if I told you that those fights were actually clips from a Pokemon Championship battle between Elite Four member Agatha and Professor Oak? Are you guys ready for another Pokemon theory? What is up, my Rybros? Welcome back to another Pokemon Theory video. Today we're going to be discussing the possibility of the introduction of Pokemon Red and Blue being a battle between Agatha and Professor Oak. So if you guys enjoy this theory, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And with that being said, let's get started. So if you guys read the manga side of Pokemon, then you already know that Agatha and Oak have a history similar to Red and Blue's rivalry. Oak would be red in this case, while Agatha would be blue. The intros are the very first Pokemon HQ Championship battles, fought between the two finalists, Oak and Agatha. The opening sequence is a televised anniversary special of their battle. Oak humiliated and humbled Agatha on national television by beating her with a Jigglypuff and a Nidorino, starting the fallout the two seem to have had. After Oak left battling for research, the Pokemon League approached Agatha to offer her an Elite Four position, forming the first Elite Four with several of the finalists from the championships holding the other three spots. Due to her humiliating defeat, Agatha was put as the second strongest member, and while it irked her, she accepted it. For many years, there are no challengers strong enough to best the four, and thus, no champion to reign. So the league put out the challenge seen on Oak's PC in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, calling all the trainers. Now, as for why Oak's Nidorino and Jigglypuff were unevolved in his championship bout, the meteor that had struck Mount Moon hadn't happened, so Moonstones were even rarer than they were in the actual games. After the meteor struck, Moonstones flooded the market as collectors sold their stones and the value dropped, which is why they sell for nothing. Oak did not have the means of obtaining a Moonstone during his journeys, so he just had to train even harder. And it's not that out there to say that Nidorino could beat a Gengar in battle. It has access to a pretty good amount of moves, one being Thief, which is super effective on a Gengar, and back in Fire Red and Leaf Green, Thief had a base power of 60, but was a special attacking move due to the physical special split back then. Though you can run a special Nidorino and make it work. And if you take Gen 6 moves into account, Nidorino gets access to Sucker Punch and Shadow Claw, which are also super effective against a Gengar. Also, Jigglypuff gets access to Shadow Ball, which deals super effective damage to a Gengar. And with Oak's vast knowledge of Pokemon, I'm sure he could have devised a good strategy to handle Agatha. Now here's the real question. Is there any evidence that shows Oak ever owning these two Pokemon? Well, yes. Through some extensive research, I found that in the Pokemon Pocket Monsters manga series, Professor Oak does own both a Jigglypuff and a Nidorino. Wait, if you take a look at the beginning of the two Pokemon games, Red and Blue, you'll see Oak introducing you to the world of Pokemon. When he starts talking about these wonderful creatures, he brings out one of his own Pokemon to show you. Which Pokemon is it? None other than Nidorino. But why would he choose that Pokemon to show you? I'll tell you why. It's because he in fact used that Pokemon to beat Agatha and win the Pokemon Championships all those years ago. And still to this day remains his favorite Pokemon because he won the championships with it. Thus why he picks this Pokemon to show you. So what do you guys think? Am I reaching too much for something that isn't there, or could this possibly be true? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Also, I'd like to give credit to this Reddit forum user for coming up with most of the theory. Link to his Reddit forum post will be in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more soon, be sure to show your support by leaving a like on the video as well as sharing the video with a friend. If you want to watch my other theory on how Drapion could be an alternate evolution of Gligar, be sure to click the annotation on the screen right now. If you want to check out my top 5 shiny Pokemon in Kanto, be sure to click the other annotation on the screen to go check that out. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and become an Eryizo today. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.